Hello. So today we're going to talk about the concept of a game in cryptography. Now, this is really essential to understand because many of the cryptographic papers talk about games, but I don't see a really good video or a good course about explaining the concept of a game. And this essentially is important to eventually arrive to a good proof of security in cryptographic systems. So usually the game is made of an adversary. So let's say the adversary is right here. And this adversary is trying to defeat a cryptographic system. Now, a game would basically be made of the adversary and the cryptographic system used by the adversary. Now, we refer to that system as an oracle, because this system is not totally revealed to the adversary. So the adversary would not be able to see inside the system. He would not be able to tell what the key is if it is a cipher, and he would not even see what's inside the oracle. So the oracle is like a black box. All right. Now I'm going to take an example. This example is related to an encryption cipher. And essentially what the adversary is allowed, he's allowed few transactions. So the adversary is allowed to send an input and to observe the output. But like I said, the adversary is not allowed to peek into the system. So that's all he's allowed. And this input is usually referred as a chosen message attack, or a chosen plaintext attack, CPA. Okay, so this is the input, and then like I said, he's allowed to also observe the output coming out of that black box. Now what we're going to do inside the oracle, inside this box, we're going to have two separate engines. One engine is actually the encryption engine. It could be AES. That's the most common case. And the other option is just a random function. It's not even a cryptographic system, just a random function. Because usually the proof of a good encryption is to say that it is indistinguishable from random. And this is exactly what we're going to try and measure in this game. So in the beginning of the game, in the beginning of a session, in fact, of the game, we're going to go ahead and inside the oracle, without the adversary seeing that, we're going to go ahead and flip a coin inside the oracle. It's a fair coin, so it's a 50-50 chance that's either AES or the random function. Okay, so we pick one of these two engines in the beginning based on a fair coin flip. And let's say for the first session that AES was selected. So AES now is selected, and all the interactions of the adversary will happen with this with the AES without the adversary's knowledge. Okay, so he's going to send a number of inputs, and by the way, these are referred as queries. Okay, so these are queries, and the adversary will interact with the AES without his knowledge. And then after a certain number of queries, the adversary is going to take a guess. And the guess is simple. Usually it's outputted in a form of 1 bit. The adversary is going to guess whether he was interacting with an actual AES system or he was interacting with a random function. And if the adversary is not able to tell the difference, then we say that the crypto system is strong. So either he could output a 0. So for example, we can designate 0 as his guess that it was a random function, and 1 that it was his guess that it was an AES system. All right. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how to measure the advantage of an adversary in terms of probabilities. And this is how we're going to arrive to quantifying the security of a system. Thank you.